Coming up on NonStop Local at 4, the Department of Energy allowing the Hanford site to take a step forward in cleaning up nuclear waste ahead of the October deadline to remove it. What it means going forward. And the University of Washington partnering with Spokane schools. What this new investment hopes to do for rural communities in need of healthcare resources. And Spokane police looking for a suspect after a man was set on fire. We have the latest details on the investigation coming up next.
Corey Howard and Leslie Lowe, bringing you the content that connects our community. You're watching NonStop Local News at 4. This is breaking news.
We start this half hour with breaking news out of Okanogan County, where the sheriff's office there is investigating a bomb threat. In the last 15 minutes, we've learned that Highway 20 East in front of the Tenasket School complex will be closed for short periods as deputies continue dealing with what they are calling a suspicious item. Spokane County's bomb squad is actually in Tenasket helping with this investigation. We're told students at the school were able to go home at the normal time despite a safety lockdown for the last half of the school day. As soon as we learn more, we'll let you know. And now, a crime tracker alert out of Spokane. The Spokane Police Department is looking for a man they say doused another man in gasoline before setting him on fire near the Brown Street Viaduct on Wednesday afternoon. Spokane police say they found the victim with significant burns just before 3 o'clock. He was taken to a hospital before being flown to Harborview Medical Center in Seattle. Police say early information suggests that the two men knew each other and the attack was not random. The suspect is described as a man wearing baggy jeans and no shirt, possibly carrying a tan backpack. Anyone with information is asked to contact Crime Check at the number you see here on your screen, 509-456-2233. In your health news, rural communities in our region are continuing to struggle with access to health care, with fewer facilities near them and the Trump administration's new standards for rural health, making it difficult for smaller clinics to remain open. But the University of Washington's new partnerships are helping address that need, including a collaboration with Gonzaga and Eastern Washington University to boost programs that address the need for more doctors in rural communities. Students that are part of a program called the Regional Initiatives in Dental Education, or RIDE, are specifically trained to meet the needs of rural and underserved populations.
The whole idea behind the RIDE program is to train dentists in rural areas because they noticed that if you train somebody in a certain area, they're more likely to stay in that area. So I've always thought about, northern Idaho, northern Washington, where there's more people that need more help instead of in the more city centers like Seattle or in Spokane.
The University of Washington says the partnership gives robust clinical skills training in Spokane, matches medical students with primary care physicians, and gets more medical care workers out into our region's communities. The new Vaccine Advisory Committee for the CDC started their two-day session today, focusing on vaccine recommendations for MMRV and hepatitis B, among others. There has been debate among the committee members on whether there's been enough study on the possible side effects of the MMRV as it relates to febrile seizures. They're also focusing on the hepatitis B vaccine, which is currently recommended for children to get an initial dose either right after or a month after birth, whether or not the mother tests positive for the disease. Members of the committee acknowledge there's been a lot of controversy concerning vaccines, especially for children.
We are currently experiencing heated controversies about vaccines, and the key question is, who can you trust? Here's my advice. When there are different scientific views, only trust scientists who are willing to engage with and publicly debate the scientists with other views.
Advisory chair pointed to the American Academy of Pediatrics breaking from CDC recommendations and stated they would no longer be a part of the Immunization Practices Committee going forward. All right, 4:04 on this Thursday afternoon. Time to get over to Leslie Lowe in the Weather Center for a look at that Almost weekend weather?
Almost weekend
Almost
weather.
weekend
Hi,
weather.
Corey. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Good, good. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
Happy Patent Thursday.
Patent Thursday, that's right. All right, let's get a look at that weather forecast. It's been another gorgeous day out there. Blue skies, sunshine, a little bit hazy in areas, especially up across the northern mountains. We'll look at that here in a second as far as air quality goes. 84 degrees right now in Spokane, 85 over towards Coeur d'Alene. And then we've got mid to upper 80s back into central Washington from Brewster, Moses Lake at 87 degrees and currently sitting at 89 degrees for Lewiston and Orofino. The winds, they're relatively light, a little bit breezy over towards parts of central Washington around Vantage. Otherwise, we're sitting under a ridge of high pressure, which is going to keep that storm track up to the north of us. Like I said, we're still dealing with a little bit of haze out there. So we've got moderate air quality in parts of Spokane, especially over towards the valley and into Liberty Lake. And then a pocket right now of unhealthy for sensitive groups back through Wenatchee. All areas shaded in green. We are good to go as far as air quality goes. Overnight lows tonight going to be in the mid 40s, really close to what we've been seeing over the last couple of days. So 44 in Colville tonight, 55 degrees overnight tonight in Spokane, upper 50s in Coeur d'Alene, and then we've got mid to upper 50s in central Washington. Corey, when I see you back here in just a few minutes, we'll get a full look at that 7-day forecast. We'll get you into the weekend.
Can't wait, Leslie. Thank you. Meanwhile, the new information now on the direct feed low activity waste program at the Hanford site. The United States Department of Energy giving it the green light to open up on October 15th. According to Senator Maria Cantwell's office, the Department of Energy formally approved the continuation of the direct feed low activity waste program at the Hanford vitrification plant this morning. It allows the Hanford site to clean up nuclear waste by turning it into glass. This comes after weeks of signs from the Trump administration indicating they might delay the scheduled October 15th start of the program, which would have risked thousands of jobs and billions in investments. Representative Dan Newhouse also talking about the program's approval, saying in part, quote, despite unsubstantiated rumors and speculation, this morning's signed approval from the DOE is confirmation of what Secretary Wright told me multiple times over the past 10 days, that there will be no delays to start the waste treatment plant, end quote. The Department of Energy sent NonStop Local the following statement regarding Hanford getting closer to meeting their October 15th deadline, saying in part, quote, as with every project, Hanford continues working through remaining steps to prepare for a startup in a safe and deliberate manner, end quote. Governor Bob Ferguson also commented, saying it was a victory worth celebrating and holds the Trump administration accountable regarding the deadline to begin treating nuclear waste in the Hanford site. Developing out of Pasco in order to fund road and transportation projects, City Council is considering a new fee for car registration tabs or a sales tax increase. Pasco City Council is looking to create transportation benefit district, which would the council would govern themselves. This allows them to impose the new tax without a vote. Car tab fees would start at $20 and could be raised up to $50 over 4 years if implemented, or the sales tax would increase by 0.1%. The City Council says this is just a consideration and they are still looking at other revenue streams.
It's something that we're considering. That doesn't mean that it's a foregone conclusion. Because of the shortfall in revenue that we're experiencing, like many other cities across the state and even the country, we need to do a good job and look at every option that's available to us.
City Council has already held 2 public workshops discussing options for funding the projects and says they have planned for more. They are inviting any members of the community with questions or concerns about the project to attend the next City Council meeting, which will be on Monday, September 22nd. Still to come here on NonStop Local at 4. As mentioned earlier, Patent Thursday is upon us. We're looking at patents issued for today for products of tomorrow, but there's one patent in there that's a week old because we couldn't get to it last week. Ran out of time. Will it get bumped again? No, because it's the first one. Stick around to see what it is.
All right, now I'm excited. Patent Thursday.
Yay!
Live look over Spokane, blue skies, sunshine, beautiful day. Once again, we do have a little bit of a change on the ways we get you into the weekend. We're going to talk about that. We'll get a full look at that forecast. I'm going to see you back here right after the break.